Thank you for joining this lesson. We're going to discuss volume and surface area of solids. In number 19, we've been told that the figure below shows a solid, which is a hemisphere and a cylinder. The base radius of the cylinder is 7 centimeters, and the height of the solid is 17 centimeters. By taking pi as 22 out of 7, find we total find. Then we have a part 1, which says the volume of the solid, and part 2, the total surface area of the solid. Then part 3, given that the density of the material which the solid is made is 800 kilograms per meter cubed, calculate the mass of the solid unit. So we're going to start with part A. But before we go to part A, let me analyze the diagram provided. Remember to subscribe and to share this link with friends. All right, with radius is 7 on the lower part, it means the upper part is also 7 centimeters. This means because this is also the radius of the hemispherical part, then from the center to the top here, it's also radius for the hemisphere, and it's 7 centimeters. And this will help us to conclude that now that the total height of the solid is 17, for the remaining portion, which is cylindrical, is 10 centimeters, because 7 is part of radius for the hemisphere. Now we can solve part 1, which says volume of the solid. For us to get volume, we have to add the two solids. Hemisphere, which is going to be 2/3 pi r cubed. Then we add the cylindrical part, which is going to be base area, which is the cross-sectional area times height. So the cross-sectional area is going to be circular, therefore pi r squared multiplied by the height. So when I substitute in the formula, I'm going to have 2 out of 3 times pi, 22 out of 7 times radius, which is 7 cubed, times 7 times 7. Then now we add pi, 22 out of 7, r, which is 7 squared, multiplied by height of the cylindrical part, which is equal to 10 centimeters. So with this now, I can do the multiplication, whereby I take 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 7 cubed. Then I divide by, when I take 3 by 7, I'm getting 21. So this is going to be 718.67 square centimeters, or cubic centimeters, sorry, because it's volume. Then we add now the cylindrical part, 22 multiplied by 7 by 7, then multiplied by 10. Then we divide this by 7. This is going to give us 1540 cubic centimeters. Then now we add the two, 718.67. Then we add, we're going to get 2258.67 cubic centimeters. So that is the total volume. The next is total surface area for the solid, or of the solid. So we begin again with hemispherical part, whereby the surface area is going to be 2 pi r squared plus cylindrical part, whereby the surface area, or rather the curved surface area of a cylinder, is usually given by 2 pi r multiplied by h, that is the cylindrical part, plus the base, which is circular. It's going to be pi r squared. Therefore, we can now substitute 2 multiplied by 22 out of 7 multiplied by r squared. 57 times 7. Then we add 2 multiplied by pi multiplied by r, then times height, which is 10, plus the base, which is circular, so pi r squared. So we can now carry out the multiplications before we add. 2 multiplied by 22 multiplied by 7 by 7, then divided by 7. This gives us 308, the hemisphere, plus this is going to be 44 because 7 cancels here, then by 10, which is 440. Then finally we're going to have 154. So now I can add all these values. 308 plus 440 plus 154. This is going to give us exactly 902 square centimeters. So this will be the total surface area for the solid. Total surface area for the solid. Just to clarify, the reason as to why we take 2 pi r, this is to give us circumference of the cylindrical part, then times h. This is because when a cylinder is opened, it becomes a rectangle. If you fold this rectangle, you're going to get a cylindrical object. That means at the end of it, the width will become the height at this point, and the circumference here, the circumference becomes the length. Therefore, because the area of a rectangle is length times width, then instead of length, because we don't know the distance there for the length, we use circumference, which is 2 pi r, which gives us the whole of this length, which is the equivalence of the length here, then times height, which is our width. We are able to get the cylinder now, which resembles a rectangle. Then finally, we've been told that given that the density of the material of which the solid is made is 800 kilograms per cubic meter, calculate the mass of the material. It's good to know that because density is given by mass out of volume, then mass will be given by density times volume. Therefore, we're going to get mass by using density. We can change this density to grams per cubic centimeter by dividing it by 1,000. So it becomes 0.8 grams per cubic centimeter. That is the density, multiplied by volume, which is in cubic centimeters. The volume is 2258. 2258.67. Actually, I can use the whole figure, which is 2257 and 2/3 to multiply. So let us see what we're going to get. 0.8 multiplied by, when we take 2258 and 2/3 and 2/3, or 0.67, we're going to get 1,806.933 recurring. This is going to be mass in grams, which means the mass can be converted to kilograms. This is going to be 1 kilogram, 0.807. So that is the converted mass.